What's up, people? Welcome back to FMall. It's me, Anwar. Now, if this is your first time, FMall is on one hand a nod to the James Baldwin quote you saw on the intro. On the other hand, it is my pledge to keep you no longer than 15 minutes. It's an acronym for 15 minutes or less. That stated, I'm going to talk about some stuff happening in the world, happening in DC, here in Nevada where I live, and hopefully I can make you a little bit smarter and well-informed in less than 15 minutes. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get to it, shall we? We are officially in the longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history. I've said it time and time again, and I'm going to say it once again here. The federal government is shut down because Republicans in Congress want to take health care away from more Americans so that they can give more money to billionaires and corporations in the form of tax breaks. So, in addition to taking more healthcare away from more Americans, they want your costs to go up as well. By now, you've probably talked with somebody who has their own health insurance, and they've probably talked to you, they've probably mentioned how their costs are getting ready to skyrocket. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're up against. That's what Republicans in Congress are trying to do for more Americans, or to more Americans. This is why the federal government is shut down. This is why the federal government is now in its longest shutdown in U.S. history. I know Donald Trump is trying to convince you that the Democrats are doing this and that this rests with them. And I want you to remember, I am not a Democrat. Don't get shit twisted. I am not. But I also know this doesn't fall on them. There's plenty shit for us to be mad at the Democrats for doing or failing to do. But this shutdown does not sit on their shoulders. Let me remind you, the Republicans control the House of Representatives, they control the U.S. Senate, they have the White House, and they even have the Supreme Court. A Republican congressperson that I never agree with, cannot stand, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has said it herself. The Republicans could end this shutdown if they wanted to, but they're choosing not to. Not only are federal employees not getting paid, but veterans are also not receiving their benefits. The military is at risk of not being paid. People who rely on programs to stay alive, like Medicare, Medicaid, WIC, SNAP, these people are all now in danger. When this month began, a lot of people were not receiving their food benefits. You saw last episode, I had someone on to talk about it. That is still the case. Now, since then, two judges have ordered President Donald Trump to fund the SNAP program in particular. He has opted to fund half of it, and he's very publicly stated that it'll be funded when the Democrats end this shutdown. Again, this is a shutdown that sits on the head of Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress. However, this past weekend, as the month began, there were some organizations here in Nevada that came together to offer some food assistance. They set up some food distribution sites. I actually had a chance to speak with one person that was taking advantage of it.
My name's Madeline, and I think that it's not right that we're not getting our food stamps because the government shut down. Because I have 4 people in my family, and I'm legally blind, and I had to come out to a food bank to try to get food for everybody, and it's kind of difficult, but I'm doing it.
Now, Madeline was the only person I was able to talk to because most people were in cars, and as you can see, the traffic stretched around UNLV. I think it was a great thing that they came together to do, but there is a part of me that is enraged that this is something we have to resort to. People should not be starved because a man or a group of men and women are on a power trip. People should not have to starve because rich people want more money. That is not cool. That is not fair. It is wrong. Period. The end. I hope you're paying attention. I really hope you are. I really hope you see who's responsible for this. And I hope you see that the people responsible for it, they could end it at any time. But they are banking on you remaining ignorant. They're banking on you remaining deluded. They're banking on you not really asking what the fuck is really going on. That's what's happening. Stay informed. Pay attention, people. This is not a game. Shit is serious. You might wonder where our governor stands in all of this. He's been called upon to release funds to fund the program here in Nevada. And for whatever reason, every suggestion that he's gotten, he has found a way to say that it can't be done. People in Nevada are starving. People in Nevada are not receiving benefits so that they can put food on their table. And the governor, who tells everyone he cares about them, well, actually, no, he doesn't because we can never find him. But the governor is in Washington, D.C. at a $5,000 a plate fundraiser in his honor. When he gets back, he's expected to call the Nevada state legislature into a special session. Why? So that they can attempt to revive the film tax credit bill. The film tax credit bill is a shit bill. The reason it's a shit bill is it doesn't bring any jobs into Nevada. That's the angle they keep trying to go with. They'll tell you, well, it's mandated that the studios, I believe it's Sony and Warner Brothers, they'll tell you it's mandated that they employ a certain number of Nevadans in order for the studios to come here. Here's the trip, though, or the trick, the twist. They are given, I believe, 2 or 3 years in order to get that number of Nevadans up. You know how easy it is to bring folks from the studios in California, have them live here for a little while, and then change their residency in order to meet that quota? They can bring folks from California or from any state for that matter, but Hollywood's in California. So they could bring their entire crews from California and simply make those people Nevada residents, and that would fulfill the requirements. We have schools that not only don't have the right materials, that not only are understaffed and need teachers, but are falling the fuck apart. We got a state full of people who are wondering where their next meal is coming from. And when it comes time to handle stuff like that, the story is always, we don't have the money. But suddenly we have money to give to Hollywood to come here and set up Hollywood Light with no real guarantee that any jobs will actually be given to actual Nevadans. And when I say actual Nevadans, I mean Nevadans who already lived here before the studio got here. The Nevada State Legislature meets for 120 days, once every other year. The session ended on June 2nd of this year. I remember the day because it was my birthday. None of y'all sent me shit, but that's cool. But seriously, the session ended months ago, and the film tax credit was among the bills that did not pass. And here we are, trying to revive that instead of focusing on the fact, again, that people are going without food. And the reason people are going without food is because congressional Republicans want to raise your costs and take away your health care in order to give tax breaks to billionaires and corporations. Sit with that for a second. Nevada deserves better. America deserves better. I mean, we know that. And the reality is, 2026, as I've said many episodes, 2026 is very close. 2026 is coming. Here in Nevada, that means another election for governor. I've told you time and time again, Joe Lombardo does not care about you. He doesn't give a fuck about you or your family. He doesn't care about you being a tenant and having a place to live in that doesn't crawl with roaches or have exposed wires or lights that don't turn on. He doesn't care about you being price gouged by shady landlords. He doesn't care about you becoming a homeowner yourself. We know that because he killed the bill that would have capped the amount of houses corporations could buy. So just like I said that Republicans in Congress want to take away your health care to give more money to billionaires, in Nevada, Governor Joe Lombardo ain't too different. He doesn't care about you losing your health care as long as the billionaires that are lining his pockets keep getting what they want. So again, ask yourself, is this person really on our side? Is Jackass Joe really looking out for the people? Clearly he's not. I wish that I had some flowery stuff to talk about, but the truth is, right now we don't, because shit is real. Shit is real. So I want to remind you, follow the folks at Nevada Megaphone. Stay informed. Stay up to date. Also, be sure to check out whereislombardo.com. We've been trying to find him for the longest. I don't know how, but the first time we find him, he's in goddamn DC. Which is also crazy because with the shutdown, the Trump administration is saying that they are going to start grounding some flights. They're going to decrease air transportation over, I believe, the next week or so. So it's almost like he got the last flight out to DC before stuff got shut down, because Las Vegas was named as a city that is going to see a decrease in air transportation. So again, make sure you follow the people at Nevada Megaphone. Make sure you visit whereislombardo.com. The election of 2026 is less than a year away now. Changes need to happen. They need to happen sooner than later. So again, make sure you're up to speed, make sure you're up to date, make sure you're informed. And with that, it's about time for me to get out of here because I promised I wasn't going to keep y'all past 15 minutes. So until next time, remember, drink your water, brush your tongue, watch your goddamn mouth. I'm Anwar. I'll see y'all next time.